Hello and welcome to the Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast, Sweet Blessings. I'm Anna. I am an independent uh, consultant. I'm a retired school teacher. I am a consultant with jewelry. I am an educational consultant. I am a certified cake director. And my podcast is about inspiring, encouraging, and empowering people to live a healthier lifestyle. And so today I am on here today um, to kind of shed a little light on sleeping. Last week I kind of talked about dreams. And so today I am going to talk a little bit about um, the really getting the rest that you need. So, but before I begin, I want to hold on. Let me put this up here for you. Hold on. I want to let you know how you can support me. You can support me by sending stars. This is on my Facebook page. So you can support me by sending stars. Stars help me to earn money to make more content. So and then also you can also support me by this is my let me remove this real quick. This is my Cash app. So if you want to sponsor me, I do have sponsorships. If you're interested in the sponsorship, just let me know. You can contact me at this email here as well. So we're going to go ahead. And then also, I wanted to let you know this is my YouTube channel here. So if you want to, I would love for you to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It would be greatly, greatly appreciated if you would do that. So we're going to go ahead and kind of get started here. I have several things going on here. The lighting, I'm not really happy with my lighting on this. Let me see if I can do just a little bit better here with my light. I think let me see. I got this one over here. If I bring it closer, I don't want to get that glare there. All righty, we're going to go ahead and get started, I just want to remind you to please like and share. And I think you can share this. I have it set up so that you can share my video as I'm talking. So I prepared a slide for you, and I got a couple of videos that I would love to show you about the sleep. Get the rest that you need. How many of you get the rest that you need? I don't know. I have difficulty, sleeping. I wake up all during the night, 2 and 3 times. I sleep a couple of hours, wake up. Couple of hours, wake up, which is really and truly, they're saying that based on the research that I have done, they're saying that that is not good. Okay, so I'm going to kind of shed a little light on it. I looked at two studies, the National Institute of Health as well as the Harvard Medical Association, and so both of them, they're very similar, but there are some differences, and I'm also going to talk about sleeping with for children as well, because they do need a little more sleep than we do as adults. So let me take a brief commercial break, and I will be right back.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com. CTR Media Network.
About that, y'all. Okay, I'm back now. And so let me pull up my slide presentation real quick. How do you get the rest you need? Okay, that's very, very important. And what it's saying is that sometimes the pace of our modern life barely gives us time to rest. It can make getting a good night's sleep like on a regular basis, like a dream, and that's the truth. Sometimes I try to take a nap in the afternoon, but they said that that's not good to do that. But it says that sleep, this is according to the National Institute of Health. It's saying that sleep is important for good health as diet and exercise. Good sleep improves your brain's performance, mood, and health. Not getting enough quality sleep regularly raises the risk of many diseases and disorders. These range from heart disease and stroke to obesity and dementia. There's more to good sleep than just the hours spent in bed, says Dr. Brown, and she is a sleep expert at the National Institute of Health. Healthy sleeping encompasses, excuse me, 3 major things, she explains. 1, how much sleep you get. Another is sleep quality that you get uninterrupted and refreshing sleep. The last is a consistent sleep schedule. People who work the night shift or irregular schedules may find getting quality sleep will be extra challenging. In times of great stress, like the current pandemic, which we all have been under, it can disturb our normal sleep routine. But there are many things you can do to improve your sleep. So let's move on and see. So good sleep for good health. The first thing is sleep for repair. Why do we need to sleep? People often think that sleep is just a downtime. But however, when you are tired, your brain needs to get rest. This is according to um, Dr. Nodengard, who studies sleep at the University of Rochester. But that's wrong, she says. While you sleep, your brain is working. For example, sleep helps prepare your brain to learn, remember, and create. Dr. Nedergaard and her colleagues discovered that the brain has a drainage system that removes toxics during sleep. When we sleep, the brain totally changes functions, she explains. It becomes almost like a kidney, removing waste from the system. Her team found in mice that the drainage system removes some of the proteins linked with Alzheimer's disease. These toxics were removed twice as fast from the brain during sleep. Everything from blood vessels to the immune system uses sleep in a time for repair, says Dr. Wright, a sleep researcher at the University of Colorado. There are certain repair processes that occur in the body, mostly or most effectively during sleep. He explains if you don't get enough sleep, these or those processes are going to be disturbed. And then the next thing we want to look at is sleep myths and truths. I'm sure we've all heard a few of them. And it says that how much sleep you need changes with age. And I can believe that. Mine has really changed. Experts recommend school age children get at least 9 hours a night, and teens get between 8 and 10. Most adults need at least 7 hours or more of sleep each night. And I'm going to tell you that if I get 6 hours of sleep at night, it's a miracle. I'm overjoyed when I get 6 hours of sleep, because I'm up so to the point where sometimes I just get on up and start doing housework and things. There are many misunderstandings about sleep. One is that adults need less sleep as they get older. This is not true. Older adults still need the same amount, but sleep quantity can get worse as you age. And that sound like what I just said, okay? It can get worse with age, because I have a problem. I have a problem with sleeping. I hate to say that, but I truly have a problem with sleeping at night sometimes. Older adults are also most likely to take medication that interferes with sleep. Now, I don't take medications. I just go with the flow. If I wake up and I get up and do something, and then I will go back to sleep sometimes. But sometimes I just go ahead and get on up and start doing housework or something like that. Another sleep myth is that you can catch up on your days off. Researchers are finding that this largely isn't the case. If you have had one bad night's sleep and take a nap or sleep longer the next night, that can benefit you, says Wright. But if you have a week's worth of getting too little sleep, the weekend isn't sufficient for you to catch up. That's not a healthy behavior. In a recent study, Wright and his team looked at people with consistency deficit sleep. They compared them to sleep deprived people who got to sleep in on the weekend. Both groups of people gained weight with lack of sleep. Their bodies ability to control sugar levels also got worse. The weekend catch-up sleep did not help. On the flip side, more sleep isn't always better, says Brown. For adults, if you're sleeping more than 9 hours a night and you still don't feel refreshed, there might be some underlying medical issues, she explains. Now, the next thing we want to look at is sleep disorders, because a lot of people have sleep disorders. If you're, it says some people have conditions that prevent them from getting enough quality sleep, no matter how hard they try. These problems are called sleep disorders. The most common sleep disorder is insomnia. Insomnia is when you have repeated difficulty getting to sleep and or staying asleep, says Brown. I don't know if I have that, but maybe I do. This happens despite having the time to sleep and a proper sleep environment. It can make you feel tired or unrested during the day. Insomnia can be short term, where people struggle to sleep for a few weeks or months. Quite a few more people have been experiencing this during the pandemic. Oh, maybe that's why I got it. Brown says long-term insomnia lasts for 3 months or longer. Sleep apnea is another common sleep disorder. In sleep apnea, the upper airway becomes blocked during sleep. This reduces or stops airflow, which wakes people up during the night. The condition can be dangerous. If untreated, it may lead to other health problems. If you regularly have problems sleeping, you want to talk with your healthcare provider. They may have you keep a sleep diary to track your sleep for several weeks. They can also run tests, including sleep studies. These look for sleep disorders. So, and then the next thing that I really want to talk about was getting better sleep. And so it says if you're having trouble sleeping, hearing how important it is may be frustrating, but simple things can improve your odds of a good night's sleep. See the wise choices I'm going to tell you on the next page for tips to better every day. Treatments are available for many common sleep disorders. Cognitive behavior therapy can help many people with insomnia get better sleep. Medications can also help some people. Many people with sleep apnea benefit from using a device called, I guess it's a CPAP machine. These machines keep the airway open so that you can breathe. Other treatments can include special mouth guards and lifestyle changes. For everyone, as best as you can, try to make sleep a priority. Dr. Brown says sleep is not a throwaway thing. It's a biological necessity. And so we're going to look at the wise choices. And like I said, this is based upon the National Institute of Health. Help. I need help. All right. So the first thing it says is to stick to a sleep schedule. So you want to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on the weekends, it's saying. Now, I don't know whether because I was teaching or whatever, I'm used to getting up. So even though I'm retired now, I still get up at that same time, or I get up all through the night as well. The next one is get exercise every day. Now, I exercise. I'm getting back into my exercise. I kind of got out of my exercising, but I really was a exercise buff. I would walk. I'm a walker, and I would go to the club and I would walk, and I would walk 3 to 4 times a week, and that's a good thing. But they're saying you don't want to exercise when it's close to bedtime, is what they're saying, because I guess your adrenaline is up to keep that might be one of the reasons that might it might be keeping you up. And then it says go outside. It says try to go outside and get the natural sunlight for at least 30 minutes every day. 30 minutes every day. Now, I don't know if I do. I know I'm outside, but I very seldom stay in. But I guess a total of everything, I guess I would say I was out for 30 minutes, because I might go to the store and do something, for 15 minutes, then go here and do something else. But a total, you want to be outside and get that sunlight and everything for at least 30 minutes. They say you want to avoid nicotine and caffeine. Both are stimulants that keep you awake. And caffeine can take, excuse me, 6 to 8 hours to wear off completely. Now that could be a reason, because I drink. I'm not a smoker, but I do drink coffee. But I try to drink that coffee. I try to drink that coffee in the morning. A couple of cups. Sometimes, I have coffee at dinner time, or, as well. But I'm not really, I need to stop. So 2 cups. I'm trying to just limit myself to 2 cups. And I usually have those 2 cups in the morning. But sometimes I have a cup, at dinner time as well. Now, this is the one that got me. Don't take naps after mid-afternoon. And I'm guilty of this one, really, because it just seems that between 2 and 3 o'clock, I just can hardly keep my eyes open. I have to lay down if I'm at home. Now, if I'm out, I try to be out between 2 and 3. So that way I don't want to, but I'm still find myself, nodding. But when I do that, I don't stay, I don't really stay up later. I go to bed around 8, 9. I'm gonna say 9 to 10. I go to bed around 9 to 10. And then, sometimes I wake up so refreshed and it's just 12 o'clock. Have you all done that? I felt like I've been sleeping forever. And then I I look at my watch and I say, oh my God, it's just 12, it's just 12 o'clock. So that's the kind of things that I do. I don't know about you. And then it says limit the electronics before bed. So try reading a book, listening to soothing music, or another relaxing activity. Indeed. So I skipped one, but I'm gonna go back to that one. I really don't mess with electronic. Well, maybe so. Sometime at night I check my emails. That's when I will check my emails. But here lately I haven't even been doing that. I try to read, but I fall asleep, and when I wake up, the book is over on the side. So, but I used to get in there and I used to read. I used to read at night. I also, besides reading, I would play games, like the games and stuff, that they have, on the phone, but that's using that electronic. So I try not to do that. But I want to go back to avoid alcohol and large meals before bedtime. And I'm guilty of this one too. Sometimes I don't eat until late at night. And I know I try, it seems like the time just gets away from me. I don't know about, the rest of you, but it just seems like it just gets away from me, and I just can't seem to sometimes, but I'm trying, these are things that I know that I have to work on, uh, as well. So when I do this research, it's for everyone, the well-being of everyone, so that they can live a better and a healthier lifestyle. And so I'm trying to better myself as well. And that is why um, I do the research. And I find that when I don't know, there are other people that don't know either. And so if I find out, I share what I find out with others. And I started doing this when my mother was sick, and because I tell people all the time that I just did not know really and truly anything about mental illnesses or anything like that. So it was a rude awakening for me as well, because really and truly we really didn't have people um, in our family that suffer from that. And she was bright. She's a bright woman, but in her later in her years, she had a stroke, and she had memory loss. And so you just don't know these things because they brush over it. When I was teaching, they brushed over it. So this is why I decided to do a podcast to share knowledge and bring speakers on to talk about different things. So you also want to create a good, excuse me, sleeping environment. So you want to keep the temperature cool if possible, get rid of sound, light distractions, make it dark, silence your cell phone is what it's saying. So a good sleeping environment. Now I do like it a little cool, and I will turn my heat down at night. I lower it at night, and I raise it um, when I get up in the morning. But because and even with me putting it down, I still sweat, and I don't know why I sweat, but I don't know what that's all about. But it might be that caffeine, because I drink the coffee. So, like I said, this is making me just as aware as the next individual um, as well. And then it says, don't lie in bed awake. So it says, if you fall asleep after 20 minutes, get up and do a relaxing activity until you feel sleepy again. So I guess I'm doing that right. So when I wake up like at 12 or 1 or 2, I do get up. I might get up and go to the bathroom. I might get up and, do a little paperwork. And then when I get sleep, I will go back. So if you're having any of these type of um, symptoms or anything like that, um, according to the National Institute of Health, you need to talk it over with your healthcare provider. So I am going to stop right here. I am going to show you a video about sleep. And this is sleep in relationship to adults. Hold on, let me see if I can bring it up. But it is relationship to adults. It's short. And then we're going to move on to the Harvard Medical School and how they give tips on sleeping. And like I said, some of them are similar, but then some of them are different. So, it's basically your interpretation. So it's always good to do research on more than one, get more than one opinion. So we're going to get another opinion. Hold on. Let me see if I can share my screen here. Wait a minute. I got to go back. I want to see if I can share my screen. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Oh,
This session, we're talking about kids and sleep basics. Welcome back, Dr. Gurley.
Thank you, Dr.
I'm gonna
Brayman.
stop this.
Now, kids, I mean, they're young, they're resilient. Do they really need sleep that much?
Yes, like
So we're gonna
adults,
watch this one.
more and more research is demonstrating the critical role sleep plays in nearly every aspect of health and well-being. The major research findings on the effects of too little or poor quality sleep on the health of children are related to metabolism and obesity, learning and attention disorders, and anxiety and mood disorders.
Okay, so that sounds like an awful lot. Maybe we'll touch on some of those. How much is enough or the right amount?
Well, most parents know their kids need more sleep than they do, but many don't know how much more sleep kids need and how important sleep is for their long-term health and well-being. So infants and toddlers should get at least 12 to 14 hours of sleep a night. Preschoolers through 6 years of age should get at least 12 to 13 hours. And then school-age kids should get at least 10 to 11 hours, and teens should get at least 9 to 10 hours of sleep at night.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot more than most kids actually get. And research has found that children between 4 to 6 years old that sleep less than 10 and a half hours per night have a 4 times greater risk of developing obesity by the age of 15 years of age.
Wow, that's huge.
It's huge. And kids also have an increased risk for obesity if they have a condition called sleep disordered breathing, which is a condition where breathing during sleep is either too slow or too shallow. And this is a whole separate risk factor for insufficient sleep affecting health.
So, a big connection with obesity. How does sleep produce obesity? How is it connected?
Well, it's not clear yet how short sleep contributes to obesity in children. But similar to adults, one theory is that short sleep increases hunger and the hormones that control appetite and the desire for calorie-dense foods. And so if they're eating more, they're going to weigh more.
Okay, that would make sense. Now, you mentioned some other things like attention deficit disorder. I think we all recognize that when kids get tired, especially little kids, they get rowdy, they get fussy, they're hard to manage. So ADHD looks a lot like being tired. Are these two really that much alike?
More and more the research is suggesting that ADHD, it could actually be a symptom of insufficient or poor quality sleep. So the research is quite new, but it really does seem that they're very closely related, if not actually poor sleep being the cause, or at least a key underlying cause.
Wow. So important to keep in mind. What about mood, anxiety, depression? What's the relationship there?
The studies looking at the connection between not enough sleep and anxiety have mostly focused on adolescents. And here, teens with too little sleep are at least 2 times more likely to experience very high levels of anxiety. And then for that anxiety to progress over time as they continue through adolescence into full-blown clinical depression. So very strong connection.
So we're talking about major connections with really important issues here.
Yes.
What advice can you share with parents for managing their kids' sleep?
Well, enforcing age-appropriate bedtimes is not high on most parents' list of favorite aspects of parenting.
I'll raise my hand.
Yeah, but it certainly is very important and something very critical for your role as a parent. And one approach that can make getting your child to enjoy going to bed, especially in the younger years, is to dedicate the 20 minutes or so before lights out to relaxing activities that they'll enjoy, like reading stories aloud, singing lullabies, or giving your child a gentle back rub. But another critical aid to getting your child to sleep on time and with good quality is making sure there are no screens in the bedroom at night ever. So that means no TV, no gaming devices, no phones, smartphones, small phones, None of that, because research is showing that when kids have any of these devices in their bedroom, their sleep time is significantly shorter.
Wow. That last one, again, I'll raise my hand, it's going to be a challenging one for many of us.
Yeah.
But wonderful information, very effective, important information. If we want happier, calmer, smarter, trimmer kids, sleep is probably one of the best places to start. Thank you so much, Dr. Gurley.
Thank you, Dr. Brayman.
Well, that was interesting. That was the one that I was going to show you with the kids and how it's important that they have adequate sleep. And you can see that they need more sleep than adults need. So I just wanted to share that. I am going to show the other clip that I have at the end of this, and it is on the benefits of sleep, and that is it's for adults. And remember when I told you my podcast is a family podcast, and I try to incorporate kids in it because I was a teacher, and it's important that parents know and do things to better their children. If they do that, it's going to make better for them as well. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead on with our slide presentation on this. This is based on the Harvard Medical School, and it says Improving Sleep, a guide to a good night's rest. When you wake up in the morning, are you refreshed and ready to go, or grumpy? For many people, the second scenario is all too common. So, Improving Sleep, a guide to a good night's rest, describes the latest in sleep research, including information about the numerous health conditions and medications that can interfere with normal sleep, as well as prescriptions and over-the-counter medications used to treat sleep disorders. Most importantly, you'll learn what you can do to get the sleep you need for optimal health. So, 8 secrets to a good night's sleep. Now, this is based upon the Harvard Health Publishing with the Harvard Medical School. So, tired of feeling tired? Here's some simple tips to help you get to sleep. After a night spent tossing and turning, you wake up feeling like a couple of 7 dwarfs, sleepy and grumpy. Restless nights and weary mornings can become more frequent as we get older, and our sleep patterns change. In women, it often begins around the time of menopause, when hot flashes and other symptoms awaken us. Later in life, there tends to be a decrease in the number of hours slept. There are also some changes in the way the body regulates the circadian rhythms. The internal clock helps your body respond to changes in light and dark. When it undergoes a shift with age, it can be harder to fall asleep and stay asleep through the night. So with this being said, it makes me feel like I'm normal because I was, it's not something that's just unique to me. It's something that is unique to most people who get up there in age, okay? We have trouble sleeping from time to time, but when insomnia persists day after day, it can become a real problem. Beyond making us tired and moody, and a lack of sleep can have serious effect on our health, increasing our propensity for obesity, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. If you've been having trouble sleeping or falling asleep or staying asleep, you may have turned to sleep medications in search of more restful slumber. However, these drugs can have side effects including appetite changes, dizziness, drowsiness, and abdominal discomfort, dry mouth, headaches, and strange dreams. A study in the British Medical Journal associated several hypnotic sleep aids, including zolpidem, Ambien, and I hope I'm pronouncing these right, temazepam, it says Restoril, with a possible increased risk of death, although it couldn't confirm how much of the risk was related to these drugs. So what you want to do, science has proven that chronic low-grade inflammation can turn into a silent killer that contributes to cardiovascular disease, cancer, type 2 diabetes, and other conditions. So, according to the Harvard Medical School experts, these are some tips that will help us get a good night's sleep. So it says you don't need to avoid sleep aids if you absolutely need them. But before you turn to pills, try these 8 tips to help you get a better night's sleep. The first one is exercise. You want to go for a brisk daily walk, not just to trim down, but it will also keep you up less often at night. Exercise boosts the effect of natural sleep hormones, such as melatonin. A study in the journal Sleep found that postmenopausal women who exercise for about 3.5 hours a week makes it easier for them to fall asleep than women who exercise less. Just watch the timing of your workouts. Exercising too close to bedtime can be stimulating. So morning workouts that expose you to bright daylight will help the natural circadian rhythm. And then the next one is reserve bed for sleep and sex. Don't use your bed as an office for answering the phone calls and responding to emails. Also avoid watching late night TV there. The bed needs to be a stimulus for sleeping, not for wakefulness. Reserve your bed for sleep and sex. Keep it comfortable. Television isn't the only possible distraction in your bedroom. Ambience can affect your sleep quality too. Make sure that your bedroom is as comfortable as possible. Ideally, you want a quiet, dark, cool environment. All of these things promote sleep on set. Start a sleep routine or ritual. When you were a child and your mother read a story and tucked you into bed every night, this comforting ritual helped lure you to sleep. Even in adulthood, a set of bedtime rituals can have a similar effect. Rituals help signal the body and mind that it's coming to be time for you to sleep. You can drink a glass of warm milk, take a bath, or listen to calming music to unwind before bed. Now, I have a Fitbit, and what it does is it gives me a thing. It's time for you to rest. It's time for you to go to bed. It will let me know that. I have set it. You can set it up, and most of the time I go to bed before that, but it will say it's time for you to wind down, or it gives me that notification for that. And so you want to eat, but not too much. So a grumbling stomach can be distracting enough to keep you awake, but so can an overly full belly. Avoid eating a big meal within 2 to 3 hours of bedtime. If you're hungry, right before bed, eat a small healthy snack, such as an apple with a slice of cheese or a whole wheat cracker to satisfy you into breakfast. And this one was also on the other for the National Institute of Health, and that was to avoid alcohol and caffeine um, as well. If you uh, if you do have a snack before bed, wine and chocolate shouldn't be part of it. Chocolate contains caffeine, which is a stimulus. Surprisingly, alcohol has a similar effect. It makes you a little sleepy, but it's actually a stimulus and it disrupts sleep during the night. Also, stay away from anything acidic, such as citrus fruits and juices, or spicy, which can give you heartburns. And then you want to de stress. You know, stress causes a lot of things. And when I tell you stress is not going anywhere, it's not going anywhere. So we have to come up with mechanisms or a plan to help us de stress. So the bills are piling up and your to do list is a mile long. Daytime worries can bubble to the surface at night. Stress is a stimulus. It activates the fight or the flight hormones that work against sleep. Give yourself time to wind down before bed. Learning some forms of relaxation response can promote good sleep and can also reduce daytime anxiety. To relax, try deep breathing exercise. Inhale slowly and deeply and then exhale. Now, I think I did one on self care. When I did my thing on self care, I did the 5, 4, 3, 2, I think one method for de stressing. Um, and if you like, I can repeat it, do it, put it in the not tonight in the comment, but if you want, I can go back over that. You just have to let me know. But those are different types of mechanisms that you can take deep breaths and all of those type of things to help you de-stress because stress is not going to go anywhere. And then the next one thing is get checked. And so an urge to move your legs, snoring, and a burning pain in your stomach, chest, or throat are symptoms of 3 common sleep disruptors: restless leg syndrome, sleep apnea, and as as gastroreflex disease, or GERD. They said GERD. If these symptoms are keeping you up at night or making you sleepy during the day, see your doctor for an evaluation. And then the last one is to take medicine safely. So if you're tired, lifestyle changes, and they aren't working, your doctor may prescribe hypnotic sleep medication. These drugs can help you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer, but they can also have side effects. Here are some tips for ensuring that you're taking these medications as safely as possible. So you want to tell your doctor about all the medicine you're taking. Some drugs can interact with sleep medications. Take only the lowest possible effective dose for the shortest possible period of time. And carefully follow your doctor's instructions. Make sure you take the right dose at the right time of day, which is typically just before bed. So you want to call your doctor right away if you experience any side effects, such as excess sleepiness during the day, or dizziness. While you're taking the sleep medicine, also practice the good sleep habits outlined in this presentation. You want to avoid alcohol and driving while taking sleeping aids. And sleep medication may make you walk unsteadily. If you get out of bed in a drowsy state, if you routinely have to get out of bed during the night to urinate, be sure the path to your bathroom is clear of obstacles or loose rugs so you don't fall. Okay. And so they also said that this was a service to their readers. And they're saying that no content of this information should ever be substitute for direct medical advice from your doctor or any qualified person. So I do want to show you the other slide. This is the one I was going to show you first, but it didn't work that way. So I'm going to try to share my screen again to show you this. I'm hoping that it's still there. We'll see. If not, I can pull it up. I'm going to have to pull it up, it looks like. Hold on. Let me go to my downloads. So this is the one. Hold on.
Also help balance your moods and help you deal with stress. The busier you are, the more important sleep becomes. Getting the right amount of sleep can also help with weight gain and avoiding sickness. Your body needs energy, and if it doesn't get it from sleep, you may end up eating more. Sleep can also help ward off chronic illnesses like heart disease and diabetes. Want to stay healthy? Start by making a good night's sleep a priority.
Okay. All righty. So, with that being said, I want to remind you of the upcoming events that I am going to have. Next week I will be having a special guest. Let me pull this up real quick. Okay. So, I want to let you know that I am part of the CTR Media Network, and they are having a conference, The Power of Podcasting, in Atlanta, Georgia. It is May 6th. I believe there are a few tickets left. It's going to be from 2 to 7, and it is a live. They'll be participating live. So if you're in the area, or they have a lot of perks and stuff going on, check it out. They're going to have speakers, and I don't know. So a couple of these speakers I know I've met, but a couple of them I have not. I've been on the Michael Finley show, and Sheree Moore, she's part of it. All these people are part of the CTR Media Network, and we're we're seen by 350 million people, and it is a worldwide broadcast. So check it out if you want to, and you'll see me showcasing some of the CTR Media podcasters sharing their videos as well. Now, on next week, which is March 22nd, I'm having a special guest. Her name is Erica Johnson, And she's a CEO, she's an educator, and she's also a realtor and an author. Now, she's going to come on and talk about her experiences that she has had, and she's going to talk a little bit about um, realtor because she's into early childhood. And so, what she has done is she has written a book, and you'll see it here on my screen about Ray learning about real estate, and it's all about a journey of her of a little girl that goes to work with her mom, and she learns about real estate. And so it should be very, very interesting. And then the following week, I know I said I only have one guest a month, but I am having two this month because it is Women's Month. So I'm also having Allison Perkins Cardwell. And she is, this is March 29th. She is an entrepreneur. She is a philanthropist. She's an author, and she's a chef. I'm not going to tell you how I met her, but I've been knowing her for a million years. Well, not a million years, but I've been knowing her for a while. And she's really a very dynamic woman, as you will see as we as time goes on. So those are the things that are happening on my podcast for this month. In April, I have a speaker. They're going to talk about possibly meal planning and those type of things as well. So I'm kind of booked all the way up until July, but I'm still looking for sponsors and to come on, or guests to come on and be a part of my podcast. So if you have a desire, or you have a platform that you feel like you want to get out to the world, come on and join me on the show. I am going to remind you again, you're watching the Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast. This here is my YouTube channel. I'm asking that you like and subscribe to it. Also, I am also on Facebook. This is my Facebook if you want to check me out on Facebook. If you would like to get in touch with me, maybe you might want to sponsor an episode. I do that as well. You can do commercials on here. And so you see me doing a few commercials as well. And so if you're interested in that, then you will, this is my email where you can reach out to me and set up an appointment. I will send you something. This here is my website. So it's a bit, and it's just shorter, so you don't have to go. You can just click on that as well. I am on Instagram. I believe this is my Instagram. Yeah, I'm on Instagram too as well. Now, I don't do my podcast and all of that. I do other things on there, but I do mention my podcast and things like that on that as well. And so as I close, I'm just going to remind you, you can cash out to me if you like. If you want to make donations, because I do take donations, you can cash out to me. And the donations I used, you see me fumbling with these lights. You see me fumbling with these lights for things like that. That's what to make my program to make it better. And then I just still want to remind you, please, to subscribe. Can't even talk. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And then this is my header there. So it will send you straight to there and you can just click on it and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. So as I close today, I do want to leave you with, I always say the 3 L's, the first one is to live. I want you to live your life. That's the purpose of this podcast, is to help you live your life healthier. Okay. So just live your life to the fullest because life is short. And then the next thing is to laugh. Don't forget to laugh. Laughing is so important and it's really good for your health. So make sure that you laugh, and don't be afraid to laugh about yourself. I laugh by myself. Don't you hear me laughing by myself on this podcast? So laugh. And then the last one is love. You want to love yourself. That's the most important thing to do, is to love yourself. And so I want to thank you this evening for joining me on this journey of sharing knowledge and bringing speakers to you. I have a full thing planned for it, so I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you again for watching the Anna L. Brothers show and podcast. Sweet blessings.